Hi, my name is Anastasia Dyack, and the Bensalem girls basketball team took on Truman High School in an intense game. The girls traded big shots over and over again, but Truman was able to pull away and win the game. Here are the highlights from the game.
Both Bensalem and Truman trade foul shots to run up the score. Junior Anna Dean collects the pass and drives it in for the easy layup.
Christmas tree, of all the trees most lovely. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree, of all the trees most lovely. Each year you bring to me delight, gleaming in the Christmas night. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree, of all the trees most lovely. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree, with faithful leaves unchanging. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree, with faithful leaves unchanging. Your boughs are green in summer's glow, and do not fade in winter's snow. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree, with faithful leaves unchanging.
Hi, my name is Anastasia Dyack, and on December 22nd, the Bensalem Owls indoor track team took their talents to Lehigh University to compete in the second league meet of the season. The Owls ran hard all meet. Main contributors were Brandon Higgins, who fought his way into fourth place for the 60-meter hurdles with a time of 9 seconds. Also another main contributor was distance runner Akil Backus. After being tripped in the beginning 200 meters of the race, that did not stop him from achieving his medal. He got right back up and ran a phenomenal time of 2:02, which put him in second place. Senior Tommy Oliver jumped his way into the top 5 as he took many competitors and came out with a gold medal. We wish the Bensalem Owls indoor track team good luck for the rest of their season. Brandon Higgins fought through the pain and won himself a bronze medal. The Bensalem freshman sprinters took Lehigh University by storm and won first place in their heat. The varsity 4x4 came into the meet with full force and gave nothing but their all.
Alright, so I had a good race. I felt pretty strong going over the hurdles. There's always room for improvement, so I plan to turn this bronze into gold, possibly qualify for the champs of the states. Just have a good season.
How about you, Akil?
Yeah, I agree. We could always turn this bronze into a gold soon. I think that we have room to improve, and next meet it will be a lot better.
And Brandon, as we're progressing through the season, what are some of your goals?
I plan to get some faster times, work on my form, get a better start, and just go from there. Just have a good season. Qualify for states, place the states, see what happens.
How about you, Akil?
Yep. First step, qualify for states. Next step, state medal. Simple as that.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
The Bensalem boys bowling team had their first win against William Tennant on December 12th. The boys did a great job and picked up a total score of 2,223. The main contributors were Tyler Marietta, a senior on the team with a total score of 536, Kevin Boyle, another senior on the team with a total score of 356, and Jake Mottershead with a total score of 457. The boys did an amazing job and showed us their true talents. We can't wait to see what they have in store for us next. Good job, boys.
Kevin O'Boyle is a senior at Bensalem and bowled a total of 356. Tyler Marietta is also a senior and bowled a total of 536. Hunter Young is a sophomore, and this is his second year bowling for Ben Salem. He bowled a total score of 417. Jake Mottershead bowled a total score of 457. Noah Brodecki bowled a total score of 393.
Hi, I'm Jess, and this is OTN. On December 16th, the Ben Salem High School had their Sadie Hawkins Winter Dance. This dance was special because girls had to ask guys. A lot of people came and had a blast. Make sure to watch out for upcoming dances and events, and always remember to stay Ben Salem strong.
Here the students rush to do the Macarena. Now the crowd is hyped for more social dances. These guys prove that they can handle the spotlight.
Me and you like exit together, like holding hands or something. Like I know what that would do to your rep, and like I would make sure that nobody thought that we were like dating or anything. But like,
you know, I don't really care what they think, and I'd be glad to.
Do not look at my report card as a measure of my potential. If anything, these bad grades are a good thing, and you should be proud. Because this is proof positive that I am greatness in training, just like all those other things.
privilege and honor of running our Student of the Month recognition breakfast every month. This month we're celebrating our December recipients from our special education and physical education department. So that's why we didn't have the eggs and bacon and home fries. I got nice healthy. We got some fruit and yogurt for the phys ed department because they're very health conscious over there. They have their own water bottles and they do a nice job. We don't have eggs or bacon any month. So, Happy New Year to everybody. Thank you for coming. If you're not familiar with our breakfast, each department in our building gets to celebrate 1 month of the school year where they get to pick their students instead of students from similar departments getting picked throughout the whole year. We have a great group that you guys are going to meet this morning, and the teachers I know want to brag about. Just thank you for braving the weather. Obviously the roads are really good out there, but I hope everyone made it safely, and we're going to get started. So we're going to start off with 9th grade. I'm going to call Mrs. Steiger. She's first. She's excited. She's going to recognize Ty Cooper.
Good morning. I'd like to introduce you to Ty Cooper. He is our department's 9th grade Student of the Month. I'd first like to talk about his accomplishments in band. He is in our marching band and jazz band, and you will find him drumming on any and every surface, anywhere, all the time. So he's actually very passionate about his drumming, and I believe you intend to pursue your music career. He does a very nice job. He's very talented, so I would like to mention that first. But the real reason he's here is we would like to acknowledge him as a department for his accomplishments. Ty decided that he was not satisfied with how his middle school career went, and that's kind of saying it very nicely. He was not happy with how things went, and he wanted to make some changes. So he and we spent a lot of time talking in the fall, and he decided that he wanted to change it up and really do a nice job here, and he has. We kind of prepped his mom when he got his report card so that she was sitting down when she saw his report card because it was fabulous for the first marking period. He did a very nice job. He's really focused, and he intends on continuing those things, and we look forward to the next 3.5 years, both in band and music and academically. So congratulations. Here is your certificate.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. I'd like to thank Ms. Steiger for nominating me and all my teachers for helping me. Ms. Pension had me move up to the front of the class because I can't hear. And I'd be like, Ms. Pension, what'd you say? She'd be like, and she just yelled because I couldn't hear her. I'd like to thank my mom for helping me and teaching me things that I didn't know and helping me with things I didn't understand. And my band teacher's not here right now, but if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be as good of a drummer as I am today. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. Thank you.
So I called the students down about 2 weeks before we have this breakfast, and I let them know that they're Student of the Month, and they're very excited. And, when you get called down to the office, even though you know you didn't do anything wrong, you still have that feeling like, why am I getting called to the office? So the students come in, they're excited, they're Students of the Month, they fill out their nomination sheets, I give them letters for mom and dad, and they're all smiles, and then at the very end I say, all right, I got a quick little speech before you guys get to go back to class. And I said, we have breakfast on next Friday, and your mom, dad, brother, sister's invited, grandma. Come out, enjoy it. We're going to brag about you. And then after your teacher gets done, you get to give a speech. And the room gets dead silent. And their faces drop. And then I let the freshmen know, Ty and Emily, that you guys get to give your speeches first and pave the way for the sophomores, juniors, and seniors. Ty, great job. Okay, I know, Mom, you've been here 2 months in a row. Sorry I missed you last month. I had a family issue. I couldn't be here. But congratulations. I know you're very proud the last 2 months. So on that note, we have another sibling that her parents have been here before for her brothers. I'd like to call up Miss Emily Gladue and Mrs. Mazes. Miss Mazes. Got a lot of people married today.
So I'm Miss Mazes, and I nominated Emily because she was the first student I thought of because, first of all, her personality. I've never seen her ever come into class in a bad mood. She's just always smiling. Whenever I see her in the hallway, she's got a big smile on her face. So she looks like, whenever she comes to school, she's in a good mood and she wants to be here. And when she comes to my class, she always wants to be in my class. She always participates. She's in my advanced fitness techniques class. We do like Pilates and yoga. Now we're doing kickboxing. Never a complaint from her, always prepared, always here. So that first and foremost is really important to me. But what I want to talk about is some of her accomplishments. So we were just talking a little bit before the ceremony started, and she was saying that she had forgotten to mention that she's already gotten distinguished honors. And it's funny because a lot of times when you have so many accomplishments and someone puts you on the spot, you can't always think of everything that you've accomplished. So she's in 9th grade and she's already accomplished so much, and she couldn't think of all her accomplishments on the spot. So I did really want to mention that. And I think it's so important because she's a 9th grader, and they say how important 9th grade is to get off on the right foot. And already she's gotten distinguished honors. So she's smart, she is active, she's on the field hockey team, so she's also athletic. So we kind of have that in common, like the athletic side, the artistic side too. I was a dancer, she's a dancer. We both did pretty much every type of dance, so we definitely have that in common as well. I just can't say enough good things about her, and I know she's definitely going to be at this ceremony again down the road as she gets older. And I know she's also going to get involved in more activities in school as well. That was one of the things she mentioned, that is important to her, to get involved more in school and a lot of the after-school activities in addition to playing on the field hockey team. So I just want to congratulate you, Emily, on all your accomplishments so far. You have 3 more years to do even more bigger and greater things. And her whole family is here too, so I just want to thank them for coming as well.
Good morning. My name is Emily Gladue, and I am truly honored to be Student of the Month for December. I am the 3rd and last Gladue to go through Bensalem High School and to receive this award. It is a privilege to be up here being nominated by one of my teachers. I wanted to thank Ms. Mazes for nominating me for this special event. It is greatly appreciated, and I also wanted to thank my parents for always encouraging me and supporting me in everything I do. I love you and feel very grateful to have you. Thank you.
I know Mr. Waters is grinning with pride right now. 2 freshmen, 2 great speeches. Seniors, Angie, Tommy, and Disha, you better step it up today. We're not going to get outshined by the freshmen. All right, I'm not sure you're a freshman, Emily, the way you speak, though. But well done. Well done. From one athlete to another athlete, again, another sibling of another star athlete in this building in years past. I'd like to call up Miss Phillips. There you are, sorry. And Tommy Brewer, 10th grade.
Okay. First of all, I've nominated Tommy, so congratulations to Tommy. Tommy was nominated by a few different teachers, and we had to give reasoning as to why we nominated our students. Tommy was nominated due to his focus, his time management, his ability to stay on task, and his ability to ask for help when he needs it. All of his teachers are so impressed with Tommy, and I was wondering why he was nominated so many times. And after looking at the reasons, I realized that it was because he's such a well-rounded kid. Tommy's involved in the school track team and varsity club, and he's just an overall great role model for the other students in 10th grade. In English class specifically, I'm his English teacher, Tommy's become a leader in class. He does a great job of helping the people in the class, no matter who he's paired with, to come up to his academic sort of abilities. He helps other kids raise their skills socially, academically, and is overall a great student. I know that he'll be very successful in all of his future endeavors because he is so well-rounded and dedicated to whatever task he's assigned. So, congratulations, Tommy.
I would first like to thank Ms. Phillips for nominating me to be Student of the Month and to always be there whenever I need help in class or any questions. I'd also like to thank all my teachers, even though they can't be here, for always just being there for me and whenever I have questions to answer them. And I'd also like to thank my parents for always keeping me on the right track and help me keep my grades up.
Every year at freshman orientation or new student orientation in August, we talk about the keys to being successful at Ben Salem High School. And as the parents know in this room, and as life progresses, you can only teach them so much. They have to kind of experience on their own. But we tell every student, get involved, make Ben Salem part of your life, do clubs, do sports, spend hours here from 3 to 5, 3 to 6. Some of you guys 3 to 8, 3 to 10. That's after being in school 7 to 3. And it'll be the best 4 years of your life. And as you kind of look at this program, and you've already heard 3 speeches by 3 great students, they've already taken heed to that as 9th and 10th graders. All right? Even just Tommy just spoke 3 sports. He's here every day, the whole entire school year. After school till 5, 6 o'clock, and sometimes they're at Schaefer at nighttime, 8 to 10, track workout. So you guys get it, just please share it with your peers. Okay, there is no secret. We want every student in here to be as successful as you guys and girls. Our other 10th grade recipient by Miss P, Miss Pashesky, is Dawson Fontaine.
Good morning. Look, even during our morning breakfast, he still comes prepared for PE class. So good job, that was planned. Told you I'd help you out. So from day one, Dawson had a smile on his face. He's a kind, athletic, very helpful kid. I didn't know him until this year. He's so helpful. Even last month, he came to help out during homeroom to help set up for the volleyball unit that we had with a few other kids every morning. It wasn't until about a few months ago, until a few months into the school year that I found out that him and I actually went to the same overnight camp. So that's definitely a bonus point there, because it's something that I know is a family unit for many people in that type of community, and it was just so interesting and funny that we both went to the same camp at different times of our lives. So I kind of knew early on that he was an overall great kid with an awesome personality. I mean, we have to be honest here, it could be very difficult to get up in the morning and have a 7:30 a.m. gym class, so I definitely give credit to those students. And he makes the best out of it, comes prepared every day, and participates fully, and he's extremely athletic. So congratulations, Dawson, you deserve it.
The first person I'd like to thank is Ms. P for nominating me. I'd also like to thank my parents for always pushing me to do better. And even though not here, I'd like to thank my classmates because I couldn't do it without them.
Mom, tell me Dawson was cleaning your car off and shoveling in sweatpants, and that's why he's dressed like that. Dawson, you're a great kid to do that for your mom this morning. Very proud of you. Well done. So usually we have 2 from each grade, but somehow 12th grade got 3. So Anthony, you got big shoes to fill. You're speaking for 2 kids here and representing the junior class. All right, but I got faith that you can do it. Anthony's in my lunch, 5th lunch or 2nd lunch, but 5th period every day. Okay, great kid. I'd like to call it Miss Pension and Anthony Tran.
I've taught Anthony since his freshman year, and I'm really excited that I finally get to nominate him as Student of the Month. Anthony's one of the hardest workers I've ever met. He's actually famous for ripping holes in his paper with his eraser because he just wants every answer to be perfect. So sometimes we go through a couple pieces of paper, but when he hands that assignment in, it is perfect. Anthony's also the only student I've had that has broken all of my chalk because he's been so excited to just write his answer on the board, and in that process, all of my chalk has been gone. But we have a lot of fun in class, and that really speaks for your passion for learning. I'm very proud of you. I can't believe how much you've changed since freshman year, and I'm really excited to be standing here with you and nominating you as Student of the Month. So congratulations, Anthony.
I'd like to say thank you from my Miss Pension, from my dad. And Miss Pension, you're my best teacher in the world. I met you since I was a freshman year. You saved my life before. I gave you your favorite present when we were freshman year. And this year, would you have fun today? That's all I just have. So I would say thank you, Miss Pension. I'll be on time today. I won't let you down. You're my good teacher today. So thank you. And thank you everyone for coming today, for having a good day today. So that's all I say, guys.
It's always nice when you have students for a couple years and you get to see them grow and mature through their high school years and how far they've come, and you know how far they're going to go. So nice job, Anthony and Miss Pension. All right, seniors. Everyone knows that when I run this every month and it plays on the cable channel, I'm very biased towards the seniors. Next year I'll be biased towards the freshmen. We have 3 great seniors that are going to represent the senior class with some good speeches, and we get to brag about. There's so many good kids. Unfortunately, we only get to honor about 25 from each class, each of the 4 grade levels throughout the school year. We're going to start off with Mr. Kestenbaum and Miss Angie Bishop.
First off, I want to congratulate all of the Student of the Month recipients. It's clear that you all work very hard every day, and you're all preparing yourselves for very successful futures. So congratulations to all of you. You really, really earned this. When the opportunity came to nominate Senior Student of the Month in our department, it was no question who our candidate would be. Our senior nominee, Angie, is an excellent example of how a person can overcome adversity as a child in order to become a remarkably independent and capable young adult. For the 2 years that I've known Angie, I've seen her develop into a strong young lady, independent, and really, really just able to push through circumstances that were difficult. Her motivation and perseverance are really the traits that both her peers and her teachers recognize, and they really admire that in her. Her ability to form relationships with students and staff is evidence that Angie makes a lasting impression on everyone she meets. So I just want to finish this up by saying congratulations to her. You really earned every bit of this. You really did. And I look forward to hearing about all of your successes in the future. So congratulations to you, Angie.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to thank Mr. Kestenbaum for nominating me, of course, and my other teachers. I will also want to thank my family. They were not able to show up today, but I would like to thank them. And most of all, I would like to thank my mother. If it wasn't for her looking down on me, I wouldn't be the woman I am today. Thank you.
Congrats, Angie. Mr. Kestenbaum, I appreciate the sweater tie memo. You look good. I told all the people we did suits in 2016. We're doing sweater and ties, but that's what we do on snow days. Just kidding. All right. You guys heard from Tommy Brewer. Some people call him the Tommies. 2 of our really good track kids. Coach McShane from our phys ed department, and Thomas Oliver, or Tommy.
Morning. If you can't tell, I'm a sports guy. I look around the room, I see a lot of sports people. I always tell people in 30 years of coaching, I maybe coached a couple thousand kids. I think I've coached 1 professional athlete. So we're not in this business with coaching, but the joy of coaching is we dangle that carrot. Our kids, I think sometimes, like, you come to school for the science and the math and the English, and that's all great, and I like to define that as kind of the heart of the school. But I think the soul of the school is all the extra reasons why our kids come here each day. And I think it's our sports programs and our music programs, our art programs. And at some point the light goes on, the kid may go, wow, I can really use this academic stuff. And when I met Tommy, we used the word a lot of times immaturity, and we struggled a little bit. And it got to be kind of, wow, he's going to be a pretty mature kid. Tommy's been involved with our track programs, an outstanding athlete. He just kind of took that carrot with sports and ran with it. And, the next thing you know, all of a sudden he's up here and he's an outstanding student, and he's going to go to college. And I'm very proud of him. He is, somebody talked about the word growth. There's a line from the movie. He's the acorn that becomes the oak, it looks like to me. So again, Tommy, congratulations, and I appreciate all you've done, the leadership in the classroom with our other students also too. All right, so congratulations, Ben.
Morning. I would like to thank Mr. McShane for nominating me as Student of the Month. Weight training is one of my favorite classes because it gives me a break from academics and gives me time to work out when I don't get the chance to on my own time. The class helps me out a lot with track and field by getting stronger during preseason and breaks. Just last week, my coach was sick and couldn't make it to lifting, so I did my workouts in McShane's class to make up for the missed days. I definitely see a difference in the way I compete and know most of it to lifting. Thank you again, Mr. McShane, for nominating me, and thank you, weight training, for making me a stronger athlete.
Good job. Our last recipient, no pressure, Disha, you got this, is Disha Patel. She was nominated by Mr. Rogers, also from our phys ed department. Bring it home for the seniors. You got this. All right, Mr. Rogers, Disha.
Sorry, I had to turn the mic down. Mr. McShane's a lot bigger than I am. I am Mr. Rogers. I am part of the phys ed department. First, I would like to thank everyone for showing up today. I think every student that has gotten this award I've seen in the hallway, or I've actually had a sibling of, or have had in my class, so that's a testament to everybody here. Thank you for the teachers as well. But I am here to actually talk about Disha for a second. When our department sat down and we had to come up with a list of students, it was very difficult for me. I told my colleagues as well that last year and this year in particular, my 7th periods, for whatever reason, I've had multiple students that have done extremely well, whether it's sports, whether it's academics, and Disha and Tommy can tell you that as well. I have both of them. So it's a really tough pick for me. One thing that stood out with Disha, though, is, a couple bullet points. She's a team sports alum. I have her 7th period last year in team sports and this year as well. And I'm going to assume that she chose that class just to have me, right? But she just loved that class that much, and I love students that like to be physically active, and she is one of those. She's always polite. Whether it's a Monday morning or a Tuesday when I see her after the weekend, she's always asking how my weekend was, and is very selfless. She likes to see how everyone else is doing rather than look for somebody to ask her how she is feeling for that day. Extremely helpful in class. Actually, not even just in class. Our department ran a Kevin Grove 3-point shootout, and she actually asked if she could come and help out after school. She didn't want to participate in the event, but she just wanted to be there and support us and support the other classmates as well. And lastly, whether it's a student or whether it's myself, she's always asking, what can I do at the end of class to help clean up? Can I help somebody out, whether it's a skill they don't understand? Coming from my end, she'll help them out. The reason I find that she's different from all our other students, going back to my main point, is she's just unforgettable. I look forward to having her again this year, and I got lucky. She's somebody that I hope comes back to the building in the future and says hello, because we need people like that. Disha, congratulations.
Good morning, everyone. I'm honored to be here and receiving this award. I would like to thank my parents for the support. More importantly, I would like to thank Mr. Rogers for nominating me. His classes taught me how to be a person that can use knowledge beyond that of what lies within textbooks. From his class, I've learned that teamwork is very important. Whether you win or lose, you take it as a team. You taught me how to accept challenges as opportunity and become a better competitor. Since then, I have faced every challenge with a strong will, knowing that I have the potential to face them. As a great person once said, you may have 100 ways to succeed, but if you don't know how to get there, it's pointless. His lessons have helped me understand that competition above all is the key to success. I'm thankful to be part of his class and for every bit of knowledge that I've obtained. Thank you.
See, Disha, once you cite a quote in your speech, you just brought it home for the seniors. So, sorry, Mr. Rogers, I got to bring this back up a little bit. Well done. I think as all 8 students speak every month, some of the fellow principals and dignitaries they're going to be introduced to in a minute, we always kind of just, a common theme just always comes out. And it's interesting. I kind of go in with the mindset of, based on the departments, what would the theme be? And it just never works out that way. But then you hear the 8 student speeches, and I just want to share that the character exuding from the 8 speeches, and that usually comes from mom and dad and how you're raised. So I just want to give a quick round of applause to the parents real quick. On behalf of the high school, thanks for sharing your children with us. High character kids come from high character parents, and we appreciate that, and that's what makes this place so great. So I know some of your parents couldn't make it because I can see there's still a lot of food left. And I know, the weather, although it's clearing up nicely right now. So first I'd like to call up State Representative Gene DiGirolamo. He'd like to share a few words with you.
Good morning, everyone. Good to be with you. Happy and healthy New Year to you and the family. The one thing that jumped out at me in the program today, Ty Cooper, and I'm assuming Mrs. Steiger put it in there, he said, he is awesome. He is awesome. And I want to let everybody know, all the award winners here today, that you are all awesome as well. And congratulations to you. You should be very, very proud of your accomplishments. And as I always say every month to the parents, doesn't get any better than this. Standing up here and watching their teachers heap praise on your sons and daughters, I mean, that is just an amazing feeling. So congratulations to the parents as well.
I would just press upon the students, every time you guys make a decision and girls make a decision, does this align with your goals? Staying home and studying in college is probably not your first choice, but does that align with your goal of becoming that doctor as opposed to going to the party and making a bad decision? So please stop and think. Thank you very much. Next, I'd like to call up our superintendent of schools, Dr. Samuel Lee.
Good morning and Happy New Year. Welcome. I bring greetings and regards and congratulations from our mayor, the Honorable Joseph DiGirolamo, who is almost always here, unable to attend today, but you're in his thoughts and heart, I am sure. And if he were here, he would speak to community and the contributions you all, the students, educators, parents, make to our community. And he would tell you, and I agree, that there is no better quality and no better place to be than Bensalem Township. And you all, through your accolades, your achievements, continue to make us better. And your work, right? It's not easy being a student here at Bensalem, is it? We move you, we push you. I don't personally, but your administration and your teachers. And they encourage you every day to be a better version of yourself tomorrow. And I encourage you to take that message and that path and that track. And by the time you leave here, by the time you graduate, it's your MO. Better today than yesterday. So keep it going. And thank you for all you do for us. You make us better. Congratulations.
This might be a record for me before 8:40. Let me ruin my record. Students, after Mr. Frere, our principal, closes out the program today, we're going to go on the other side of these doors for a group picture. Parents, you're more than welcome to come out. OTN, who's done a great job. Thanks for stopping down. We'll take your group picture. Parents is also out on channel 28 if you have Comcast. I don't have Verizon, so I can't help you there, but it's on one of the channels. Also, students, you are with us till about 9:10, so we have about a half hour till third period. So please, after you get your picture in 5 minutes, if mom and dad can hold off on going to work for 10 minutes, sit down, have a bagel, orange juice, water, and enjoy the 20 minutes, because you don't really get those 20 minutes throughout life. It's so busy, especially you 8, and looking at your resumes on this paper and how busy you are. So enjoy the 20 minutes with your families. So I've called Mr. Frere, our building principal. He's going to close it out, and then students will meet me out there. Last announcement, seniors, you also get honored by the Rotary Club, not this Tuesday the 10th, but Tuesday the 17th. I'm going to take the three of you to lunch. Dr. Lee will join us, along with the rest of the Bucks or Ben Salem Rotarians at Michael's Cafe. So Mom and Dad, if you're listening, if you're here, they're going to miss 5th and 6th and 7th period that day as they get to go to lunch at Michael's. They honor the seniors every month. So again, congratulations, and I'd like to call up Mr. Ferrer. Oh, sorry. My apologies, they're usually sitting over to my right. I'd like to recognize Mr. Stock, our 10th grade principal. Mr. Wooders, our 9th grade principal. I did get a text from Mr. Bowman this morning. He is our director of STEM and secondary education for Ben Salem School District. He's actually with our business department right now. We got a nice grant, and they're kind of having a little check presentation on the other side of school and celebrating right now. So they got some money in the business department. So again, thank you and congratulations. I'd like to call Mr. Ferrer.
Good morning. My name is Bill Ferrer, and it's a great pride that I introduce myself as the principal of Ben Salem High School. And prior to my couple comments, I think, Mr. Pryor, suit jacket. You had to go there. We were going to let it go. But, so people talked about what you've done so far and your accomplishments and how you got to where you are, and it's unique. Everybody's challenge and path to where they want to go is depending on what you want to do. But more importantly, why you're sitting here today is the ethics you have established to make yourself to be the best. How cool is that? Because that's going to carry you with you for whatever you do. I see a lot of diversity here. A lot of people in sports, a lot of people doing different things, and that's what life's all about. Especially at your age. Sorry, parents, we're going to the students here. You have every decision in front of you, every opportunity in front of you, and more of them will come as the harder you work. And whatever got you to sit in the seat you're sitting in right now, keep on doing that because there's bigger seats to sit in. There's more accomplishments out there for you. And you have that ability to do it. Some of you are sitting here, as a matter of fact, all of us in this room have had barriers to our success. And you have to decide when one of those barriers comes up, if it's temporary or if it's temporary, is it a permanent obstacle? You decide that. There's many people here who are less fortunate than all of us who achieve great things because they believe they can achieve great things. There's many people here that have more than us who don't achieve anything and make those bad decisions the state representative was talking about and have to rely on other people and maybe not make it. But each one of our lives is a gift. And every person has the opportunity to do whatever they want. Some people say, well, I don't have money to go to college. Some people, that's your crutch. People talk about studies and the amount of success that individuals have in academics is depending on how far their parents went, especially their mothers. If their mothers went to college and did well, the chance of that person being academically successful are greatly enhanced. But we all know not having those opportunities is a barrier you put on yourself. It was interesting, I was at a conference in Hershey, and one of the presenters said, America seems to be the only country that looks at socioeconomics of people and makes decisions based on that. It's not about that. Nobody can choose what family you were born into. Nobody can choose what circumstances you have. But everybody can choose to be successful in their mind. So make that decision. And if you decide to go this direction and you want to be an accountant, but you change your mind and end up to be an educator, which is the best profession anyone could have, be your best at it. Don't take for granted every day that you get to come in, whatever profession you choose, and it's always going to be there. And it's always going to be the same. It's never the same. And if you don't go forward, you go backward. And if you shoot for average, you're just as close to the bottom as you are to the top. If you shoot to be great, you'll end up there. So once again, congratulations to everybody. Thank you for coming out. Dr. Lee, I'm glad the snow didn't hamper our ability to have we had a conversation yesterday, and I always say, what do you think? He goes, I think we'll be good today. So I'm glad you all got here safely. Like Mr. Purr said, there's plenty of food there, but parents, be extremely proud of the people you have attending Ben Salem and being recognized today. Thank you.
On Wednesday, December 7th, the Ben Salem bowling team went to go compete at their first official match of the season. The girls put up a great fight but ended up losing against Neshaminy High School's bowling team. The main contributors of the match that day were sophomore Jamie McVeigh with a total score of 361, Chrissy Seagrass with a total score of 360, and Tahasia Davis with a total score of 358. The girls' varsity team had a total combined score of 1576 and the JV team having 789. Both teams put up a great fight, but in the end, the Neshaminy team had won. Then again, this is their first match of the season, and we can't wait to see what they have next time. Ashley Hinshaw is a sophomore, and this is her first year of bowling for Ben Salem. Jamie McVeigh is a sophomore and bowled a total score of 361. Ashley McCreary is a second-year varsity player for Ben Salem's bowling team and bowled a total score of 358. Riley Gray's third year of bowling for Ben Salem. She is the only left-handed girl bowler on the team and bowled a total score of 236. Brighton Curran is a junior, and this is her second year bowling for Ben Salem's team. She bowls with a 14-pound ball and had a total score of 219. Chrissy Seagrass is a senior at Ben Salem and bowls with a 10-pound ball. This is her first year bowling for Ben Salem and bowled a total score of 360. Sophomore Pamela No bowled a total score of 249. This is her second year bowling for Ben Salem's bowling team.
On Saturday, December 10th, the boys varsity basketball team took on Liberty in a hard-fought match. Unfortunately, Ben Salem lost with a final score of 65-60. Be sure to support us in the future.
Junior Ward Roberts with a nice reverse layup. Ward Roberts with a nice crossover. Junior Chris Shields with the sweet dish to senior Brian Quarterman. Senior Isaiah Carpenter with a good find to a cutting, senior Rich Dean.
What's up, Bensalem? I'm Ryan.
And I'm Roshni. On Monday, November 28th, Bensalem High School's DECA Club had their regional competition in King of Prussia.
Students from grades 10 to 12 competed in this competition.
Out of all the students who competed at the regionals, 9 students will be competing again in February at the DECA State competition in Hershey, PA.
Great job to everyone who took part of this club and competed at regionals, and congratulations and good luck to all the students who will be competed at the DECA State competition.
DECA prepares emerging leaders and entrepreneurs in marketing, finance, hospitality, and management in high schools and colleges. Academically prepared, community-oriented, professionally responsible, experienced leaders with exciting, challenging projects that integrate into classroom instruction, apply learning, connect to business, and promote competition.
Amy and Pramita are moving on to the DECA State competition. Keisha was one of the top 7 to move on to states in his topic. Congratulations to these 9 students to make it the state competition. Harish won first place in Human Resources and Management. Sunana and Emily won third place in their topic.
Trevor, on behalf of Bensalem High School, congratulations on furthering your career academically and athletically at Lock Haven University. I know Lock Haven's excited to have you. I know your parents are excited for you to continue your pitching career. Good luck in your senior season here. And like I said, it's our loss, but it's Lock Haven's game. Again, congratulations.
Congratulations, son. Ever since you were a little boy, all you wanted to do was play baseball, so we're excited to see you have the opportunity to play at the next level. Continue to work hard and improve your skills, and good luck on your next journey. I'd like to thank Coach Daught and Bensalem High School for providing the skills to the boys to move on and be able to play after high school.
and especially thank all the teachers for providing our kids with a solid education to allow them the opportunity to move on to college. Great job. We're proud of you. You have our support. Good luck, and we love you. Give your dad a hug.
Trev, just wanted to let you know how proud I am of you. You're my little baby, and you're the last one going to college. It's going to be awfully quiet around the house without you. Stay out of trouble. Not only am I happy for you to play baseball, but the most important thing is to get a good education. I love you.
I'd like to thank Mr. Purr for all the support and pushing me to become a better student. I'd like to thank my coach, Harry Dott, for pushing me on the field as well as in the classrooms. And I'd like to thank my parents for all their love and support and pushing me to be a better student and a better athlete. I'd also like to thank my sisters for being my sisters and always having my back during the way.
The Ben Salem girls bowling team lost their game against William Tennant on December 12th. They did an amazing job, but in the end, they lost. The main contributors to the score they got was Jamie McVeigh with a score of 334, Pamela Knoll with a score of 333, Riley Gray with a score of 397, and Ashley McCurry with a score of 371. The entire team had a total score of 1665, the highest they've had in the entire season. The girls did an amazing job bowling against Tennant, but unfortunately lost. This is only the second game of the season, so we can't wait to see what they have in store for us next. Chrissy Seagrass is a senior on the team, and this is her first year bowling for Ben Salem. Riley Gray is a junior on the team and is the only left-handed varsity bowler. Ashley Hinshaw is a sophomore on the team, and this is her first year bowling for Ben Salem. Jamie McVeigh is a sophomore on varsity, and it is also her first year bowling. Tahaja Davis is a senior who bowls for Ben Salem. She is also involved with outside leagues. This is her first year bowling for Ben Salem's team.
What's up, Ben Salem? My name is Anthony, and this is OTN. Throughout the years, Ben Salem High School has undergone extensive renovations in and outside of the building. Most recently, the South Wing, which houses the art, engineering, photography, science, and other new classrooms. OTN went into the new additions to the building to find out what it's like. We caught up with people who work with the new equipment every day. Let's check it out.
Welcome to the Ben Salem High School South Wing. New classrooms have been opened for our inspiring science, art, engineering, and photography students. The beautiful new science rooms include more than they ever could have hoped for. Each lab station is equipped with safety equipment, lab utensils, and a Bunsen burner. Each station is made of amazingly sleek, black countertop with plenty of space for each student to work. In case of emergency, each room has a chemical shower, a fire blanket, and an eye wash station. The new and improved science rooms is a focal point of the Ben Salem High School Science Department.
The room is better than the old room because we have plenty of space to be dynamic and accommodate students as classes change for the 21st century.
So compared to the old engineering room, how do you think this one is?
Well, I think it's just, fantastic. It's a great upgrade, I'd have to say. We got all this new equipment, if you look at it. I mean, it's a lot of money they put into it, a lot of hard work, but it turned out really well.
What would you say is your favorite thing about the new room?
I mean, I would have to say that all the new equipment, we have to cut the wood. It just makes everything a lot easier, I mean, I haven't used all of it, but what I've used so far is really good.
How do you think these new renovations improve engineering as a whole in our high school?
Well, I mean, we have so much more technology at our fingertips now to use. We just have so much more to, learn from and experience with, and I think it's just really good for all the students.
The new art section is made up of 4 art classrooms equipped with the best equipment available. The crafts and pottery classes received a brand new kiln along with various new paints and utensils for the drawing and painting classes.
So Ben Salem, what did you think? Obviously, as Ben Salem students, we would like to thank the administration for giving us the opportunity to learn in such a new and advanced environment. As the building continues to change, the next step is the North Wing, where we begin to see the assembly of the new academic academies. The final phase of construction is scheduled to be finished within the next year. Let's hope the end product is as compelling as the South Wing. Thank you.
What's up, Ben Salem? I'm Laura.
And I'm Victoria, and this is OTN. On Thursday, December 15th, former NFL players from the Mud in My Cleats organization came to talk to our student athletes about pursuing a professional athletic career.
The student athletes enjoyed talking with the players and asking them questions. Now let's take a look.
First, the former players introduced themselves and described their personal stories before opening it up for student athletes to ask them questions.
This is important to me, let me tell you why. I grew up in Compton, California, and nobody ever came to my school to say anything to me. So whenever I have the opportunity to speak to young men and women, is super important to me, super important to me. Because if you can say this, or if I can say this, no one, I guess, believed in us enough to even come back to give us hope. Okay, last of 8 kids didn't have much. I affectionately say that the reason why I only eat the breast on the chicken is because the only thing I had when I was a kid was the neck and the back, and the gizzard and the liver. So from that, growing up in Compton, California, most of my friends are dead, on drugs, or locked in prison. By the grace of God, He allowed me to survive. And the room for my escape was sports.
Throughout the night, the former players stressed to the athletes that they should not let others' doubts get in the way of their own goals and dreams.
I was told often when I was in college, and high school really, was that I was too small to be a running back in a professional league. So that gave me incentive to try to do better, to try to prove everyone wrong. So I had a chip on my shoulder for most of my college career, and I guess that's why I was successful in a lot of things. But don't let, naysayers or people who doubt your abilities steal your thunder or kill your spirit. Just keep that alive.
I don't want to interrupt you, but again, that's so true. I never played football until I was a senior in high school. I loved all sports growing up in Baltimore: baseball, basketball, soccer, hockey. But if you have a dream, keep it alive. And so many times you hear people say, "If you're not big enough." Anybody here ever watch the Eagle games on Sunday? Do we watch the Eagles? Okay. Anybody familiar here with a guy named Darren Sproles? Darren Sproles is a great football player. It's probably his 11th or 12th year. Darren Sproles is about 5'5", maybe 5'4.5", and he's playing in the NFL. I know you may read in the program that it says he's 5'6". You put a tape measure on him, you'd be shocked how tall he really is. But it doesn't matter. He has great skill. He has great courage. Imagine how many times he was told he was not big enough. So don't let anybody dash your dreams, as what Joe said. Again, you imagine a coach tells him he's too small and he makes it in the NFL. I mean, that's amazing. But I just wanted to share that off of what you said, Joe.
When I came in, I was told I was too small to play defensive end. And look where I'm at now.
Stand up so they see how small you are.
I was considered being too small to play defensive end. And I proved the NFL wrong that I was able to play defensive end for 8 years in the league. So, the thing is, if you have a dream of becoming a professional athlete or whatever your dream is, keep your eye on the prize. Don't let anybody take it from you. It takes a lot of work, and just constantly work towards your goal. And that's the most important thing of all.
Dreams without goals, and remember this, dreams without goals will often lead to disappointment. Dreams without goals will often lead to disappointment. If I have the goal of being a great football player and I don't do the things that are necessary on the goal chart to hit that mark, if I don't strengthen myself. Same thing in the classroom. If I have a goal to be an A student and I don't study, it's going to lead to disappointment. And the same thing in life, whatever it may be, your profession, whatever you may do.
After being asked about the differences between the high school, college, and pro levels of athletics, the players described the different standards that professional athletes are held to.
So when you're in high school, maybe only a handful of you that are really outstanding athletes. In college, there might be a few more of them. But when you get to the pros, everybody's outstanding. Everybody were their star player in high school, their star player in college. So the expectations that you might have had going into the pros, thinking that, hey, I was drafted number 1, but you had a full team full of number 1s. So it humbles you a little bit. It really does humble you to the point where you can't, walk around, with your chest all puffed out and expecting everybody to, kiss you in. But if you put that in perspective, if you keep it in the right frame of mind, you can handle it and do it.
You're being held to a higher standard on every level that you play. Again, whether you're in junior high school, college, or pros, because you have to go from one level to the next. And not everybody's going to get the chance to go play in college or professionally or whatever. And I think it's really important that at this level, the junior high and the high school level, you want to elevate yourself to the highest level. And that's where a bunch of the things that we were talking. I mean, I thought I had only met Cedric one other time. I think it was back in November. I think it was about a year or so ago. We had a meeting in Philadelphia. I didn't know Cedric was from Compton. I mean, that to me is, you're talking about peer pressure right there. Compton's in the LA area. Yeah. And the athletic field, but in the classroom, I mean, in high school, you have to get the grades in order to be able to play the next game. So, always try to, whether it's at the high school level right now, that's what everybody can relate to here, hold yourself to the highest standard.
They also stressed the importance of being able to accept constructive criticism as an athlete.
Honestly, if you can't take constructive criticism being an athlete, you shouldn't be an athlete. I mean, and actually, it's probably all these guys would agree that constructive criticism is carried over. Being able to receive constructive criticism has carried over into a wonderful trait outside of sports. Because that's about life. You're going to get criticized, right? You're going to get critiqued. People are going to talk about you, talk behind your back, talk about you in your face. So at the end of the day, one of the most humiliating times I know for me was film sessions. On the sideline, you have selective amnesia. You're like, well, I didn't do that, coach. I was in the right spot. And the coach used to, affectionately say, the film don't lie. We'll talk about it tomorrow. And inevitably, you run that reel back and forth. This was before DVDs, Blu-ray, and digital. Where you just run it back and forth and just pause it sometimes and just put you on blast in front of all your peers. Not to mention, right, guys, during halftime. I mean, so you go out, think about this. Think about the context. You go out and have a terrible half. You come in for 5-10 minutes. And then you got to go, and they just rail into you. Then you got to go back and do it better. I mean, after being, some words I can't use, but at the end of the day, they cut you up, slice you down. But at the end of the day, I know for me personally, all it did was it's registered as, okay, he's seeing something I don't see apparently. I have to trust his input, and I need to somehow correct him, find something within me to do it better this time. And I think it's super important because that's a rule of life. You're always going to have people that see something that you don't see, that you're going to have to take honest inventory of yourself and correct it to get better at it.
And the word that he uses, trust. You must trust your coach to give you the vision to win and help you win. You must trust your teammates to listen to your teammates and be part of a team. A team is a unique grouping of people. They believe in a vision, whatever that vision is. So if you're outside that vision, you don't help the team. So listening is very important, whether it's film sessions, whether it's gathering, whether it's the night before playing a team, whether it's being in the right spot, when the coach tells you to be in the right spot, is important. Listening is important. It helps your team. Continue to do that. Because what happens? People are watching. If you want to go to another level, they're watching. They're watching how you take criticism. They're watching you react to it. And you can be a great athlete and score more points than everybody else. But again, the attitude is part of that also. So, constructive criticism is good.
They closed out the night with an important message for all athletes.
Your mental state should be, at whatever level you're playing as an athlete, that it's a privilege. It's a privilege to play. Not everybody has talent. Not everybody can do the things you do. But it is a privilege. If you don't have that perspective, get it. It's a privilege to play. Listen to people who can help you. It's a privilege to play.
To that point, a lot of times you don't realize it's a privilege until it's over. Right? I mean, a lot of times, like, man, I didn't realize what I had until it's over. So if you can get that tonight, get it while you're going into it. Like we said, God has given a rare few of people to make it to a high level of sports or in any area of life. And God, by His grace, has given you that privilege. So to me, in my personal life, that's my higher standard.
The organization even handed out free sweatshirts to all of the student athletes who came. After the program, we spoke one-on-one with one of the players, Ron Davis.
Thank you for welcoming me to this great facility and the great
students and athletes and teachers and administrators here at Bensalem High School. It's inspiring. We feel very blessed to have done what we've done. And we want to give back to the community. We want to give back to students. And we see a greater mission to help really visualize success. And that's one of the parts of our mission. I think basically believe in yourself. I think one of the things that happens is that confidence sometimes wanes when you don't get what you want. Believe in yourself, and as I said, have goals that are attainable. People have dreams. Your people dream, but have goals that are attainable as you step forward, both in the classroom and in the field, wherever you're playing.
We also spoke with Mark Cohen, a Bensalem Township School Board member, and asked him what it was like to have professional athletes come and talk to our students.
It's a great honor, and we want to thank the former players for coming out. Mud and Mike Cleats and the Bensalem Education Foundation, of course, sponsored this event, and I think like even everybody can learn something from this, and they can learn a lot about life.
Want to become a part of Owl Walk? Set your name in stone for years to come, recognize a graduate, and remember faculty and staff members. Bricks can be purchased in 4x8 or 8x8 sizes. 4x8 bricks cost $100 each, 8x8 bricks cost $200 each. Bricks can be purchased online at bricksrus.com/order/BHS.
We are here live, OTN, with the one, the only Ms. Nahara. Ms. Nahara, how are you tonight?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
We're here at the very first BHS Poetry Slam 2016. What made you think BHS needs poetry here? Tell us more about that.
A lot of kids approached me saying that they wanted to write poetry, that they love poetry. We had listened to some of it in class while students were doing their work, and I thought it would be a great way for some of our creative kids to have another outlet, just to have their voice be heard and to let them be creative.
There's also this thing about the Mighty Writers and the nonprofit organization. Tell us more about that.
Yes, the Mighty Writers is an organization in Philadelphia that actually goes into different areas of the city that are from poorer areas, to be honest, and they offer workshops for free for students that not only want to become better writers, but become better creative writers.
Wow.
It's a really great program. Some of my friends are involved, just volunteering their time, and they can always use a help.
Years old, my tiny hands picked at a tag inside of my sweater that read, "Made in China." With a pondering face, I asked my parents why this is, and they shrugged and said, "That's where many of our things are made, and that's just the way it is today." Upon receiving this answer, my brain started to connect the pieces as I dug through my unkept closet, hands sifting through bins of clothes, realizing that all of my dresses, slacks, and tees and sweats are more Chinese than I am. I found this to be extremely amusing, and I see no problem in economic relations of the sort, but I wondered how all of our clothes on our backs were made from afar, whether they were touched by a human hand or born from a single loving stitch. Yet the only thing I see are mountains of garments in local mills, high-traffic websites, or on bedroom floors, tags still attached. Probably a full outfit is there, for less than $100. Quite a gap in the wealth, for $100 is equal to $1 million in the eyes of those across the sea with forever stained hands, ushering their freshly woven bolts to pools of black. A single drop causes concoctions of rainbows to move up bare threads and down the streams of rivers that flow into the mouths of those in need, who cut, knit, and sew till they ache, all for an ever-growing greed to look good on a budget. Models in Milan and Paris strut the catwalk of power, just like the unsupervised supervisors of foreign factories, practically carrying around whips and chains, ready to pounce at the sight of an uneven hem. For H&M, they pace up and down the narrow spaces between sewing machines and workers, feeling up the fabric quality of knockoff runway dresses as well as the girls manufacturing them. Shoulders young and old alike bear the weight of their family's survival in the struggling regions of Bangladesh, Taiwan, and Vietnam, where hands are clasped together tightly and mouths are open wide saying, "Feed us," yet they cannot until they have finished their day-long shifts gluing shoes at Adidas, where kids, even younger than 13, are trapped and suffering behind hot walls, feeling like they've reached age 82 and never living to become forever 21. And as the walls of their factories crumble to the ground with them inside due to unidentified causes, filling workers' families with horror, as Zara, amongst many, raise newly stocked walls in every small town, suburb, and city to name, almost as fast as the expansion of fast food in the States. And really, there is no difference between the two, since we take and make every sale item and turn it into a combo, supersize it with just a few more buy one, get one free deals, and enjoy its transient taste of luxury and empty compliments from strangers. But in the end, its use is considered to be finished, and it all gets grabbed out somewhere. And I assure you, the aftermath is not so pretty. Especially when you know that that out-of-style sweater is going to outlive you, outlive your kids, and outlive your kids' kids. When piles and piles of garments grow into monsters on hills in landfills that will continue to engulf what land we have left. Yet to stay at the top shop of their game, corporates and head offices cover these masses with headlines and advertisements reading, "Wear me now and forget me tomorrow." And the fast fashion cycle starts all over. With no pause or gap in between, we tell ourselves that we are being fashion forward, that we are progressing in what we wear. But it's more like we are digressing to the point where quick and cheap clothes will consume humans and Earth as a whole. But the day when fashion sense turns into common sense is the day when fast fashion dies. When corporate lies will be uncovered, and countless workers' lives will be treated as the humans they are. When the earth grows more green and the water runs clear. When new fashions will rise from the innovative minds, reusing and recycling every tablecloth and every pair of mom jeans they find at the thrift store. When new, quick, cheap, and shiny are not the only options in stores. That is the day when people become fashion smart.
Trending, 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 trending. Fendi fed by waste. Beauty truly not beauty, but disgraced. And frowned upon, depending on your body, face, and race. Clothing, loathing, or simply dissatisfying. Mothers, brothers, sisters, feeling, living, breathing lovers, trying, buying, spending, pretending, all to be what is trending. Aesthetically pleasing, as if they are feeling, trippy hipsters pleasing the way to try to be different, but they all look the same. Beauty, beauty, this could all be, if the world saw you for you, and me for me. But this is more than beauty, aesthetic, taste, and trend. This isn't a combination concoction of qualities that pleases the intellect or moral sense. This is more or less of a lethal dose of any gross society that needs to take its death. Striving for all of us to have a realistic and practical images of how people are today and were years ago in history. Modifying all that we were, all that we become, and all that we should be. We are all different in shape, mind, and spirit. These things shall be displayed so the rest of the trending world can hear it. Society is wicked. People are wicked. I ask you, who are your role models? Who do you think is worth being on your pedestal, on the cover of your magazines, walking down your runway full of spectators, while others watch at home and yearn to be just what those figures of importance are? Who do you constantly aspire to be? By simplistic vertical swipes on your social media. What is your name? Society.
What keeps me up at night? Well, that is a difficult question. Many things haunt my dreams, not necessarily depression. Many things creep and crawl, sneaking through the night. But the one thing that bothers me is what I'll do with life. This has been scary, stealing away my sleep. I'm slowly losing sanity, slipping from my reach. And though when the sun rises it seems to disappear, but truly every night I end up right back here. Every desk it bothers me, tapping the back of my head. It's far more alarming than what's hiding under my bed. This isn't something that will go away. It'll never leave. What might I ever do to live happily? While others fear the physical, the monsters feel their prey. I always lie here, guarded by starlight. These demons can't be drowned. They will always linger. The fear of what could happen, the fear of my future rigor.
She was a white rose, and she was yours. Your happy, beautiful white rose. Every day, she grew with the warm love of the sun, stronger with the pull of her roots, and healthier with the fall of the rain. And every day, the bees would come, those beautiful bees, and they would spread her life to every empty ground around her that craved it. And then the wind came, that stupid wind, and then it all got worse. The sun stayed hidden behind dark clouds, but these clouds stayed dry. Her roots became weaker, and they could barely hold the weight of her stem. Even then, the bees stopped coming. Her life seemed halted, and all the ground she gave her life to felt empty again. And one by one, those fading white petals were taken away with the wind, and it started to seem we would never find all of her together again. She no longer grows, the sun's warmth seems missing to her. She is no longer healthy. The water has been replaced with this poisonous gas, constantly surrounding her atmosphere with that constant pain that just won't go away, that she just wants to leave her alone. And she misses her petals, she misses her roots back. She wants her roots back. She's sick of this dreadful gas. And the worst of all, she left her mark, and she left it everywhere you look. She left it in the memories of the old her, the memories of the old you, and the memories of you together. And God, am I telling you more than the truth when I say that this mark, this burn on your skin, will stain your heart for as long as you live, and that this mark is the most painful of them all? But you need to notice something she's trying to prove. She holds her stem up every day, no matter how hard the atmosphere around her caves in. So please, I beg you, on my knees with everything in me, hold her stem tight and never let her go, because you never know when the wind will make her finally fall.
Society turns us into puppets, and yet they tie our strings. They teach us right from wrong, good, bad, trivial things. Right to you, wrong to them, always incorrect. What is freedom? Wait. Death and hope, these you cannot resurrect. They tie your strings in knots and bows. Freedom, what is it? Nobody knows. Little puppet boys and girls living a charade. Puppet boys and girls dance in life's parade. Smile, stay a while, they say. Can't you see you'll never seize the day? They say to you in all the marionettes, carpe diem, and yet they never let you see them. The question is, who is society? Who controls us? When I say it, just promise not to throw a fuss. The answer will be scary, it's true. The answer is, society is you. It's you, it's me, it's us. Your mom, your dad, the man on the bus. It's your friends and family, your husband, your wife. We turned ourselves into puppets, dancing for our life.
What do you call the flower that's not supposed to be born in the light, or never feel the warmth of the sun, or taste the sweet rain from the sky? What then do you call that flower? A flower that blooms in darkness, that's only light was from the moon and its stars. The only drink it got was from the sewage water that leaked from the pipes in the ground. What then do you call that flower? Complex creatures are born in darkness. But she grew and she grew, and she was a sight to behold. The most stunning of all the flowers that grew in the meadow, and she was a force to be dealt with. For when I looked, I saw her beauty from within. Although she was beautiful, her mind was brilliant, and her heart was pure. And oh, how that flower had its thorns. Her father was a drunk that beat her, and her mother was an angel that watched over her and prayed that one day she could escape all of her thorns. Her brother sewed dope on the corner, and her sister sold her own body to make ends meet for the rent. But when you, oh God, you looked at her, and you saw tired eyes, chapped lips, and pale skin, and a figure so thin that when you saw her stand up, you would think that the wind would take her away. But I was the wind, and I wanted to take her away, petal by petal, but I wasn't strong enough. Oh God, strong enough. That word enough haunts me still. But no, this story is not about me and my monsters.
It's about the only flower in the meadow of weeds, the only light in this world. God, can't you see what you did to her? Couldn't you have seen you were her demon? You were the monster hiding under the bed. You were the one too. But no, you couldn't see. You were blind, but the devil led you. So she withered away by your poisonous touch, laced with alcohol and burnt flesh from the cigarettes on her skin. And so on that glorious evening, on that oh so holy night, her petals lay on red water, with slit wrists and happy candy pills on the floor, and the image of her body engraved in all our minds, each haunting feature of her lifeless body. But you were inside watching the game. But couldn't you have realized that you were her demon, her own personal, customized monster, with AA batteries included? The demon that killed the only flower in the meadow of weeds. December 24th, 2013. This month will be the 3rd year anniversary of her death. This is for you.
Looking back on memories used to make me feel nostalgic, but now, as I flip through the pictures, I just feel sick. I can never escape this, and when my kids ask about these pictures, I'll have to tell them my past, and about the stranger in the photographs. Trapped in a body I didn't ask for, thinking something was wrong at my core, a circus act, an abomination, a freak, too many flaws I wanted to tweak. I wish I was different, could make myself change, could talk to people and not feel completely deranged. Maybe one day, but for now I can fantasize. Maybe one day everyone will realize who I am, who I can be. For now and forever, I am simply me.
Aimlessly swimming in a vast ocean, massive with purity, he grabbed hold of me. Like a leech, he filled me with his potion. Hands around my own neck, he constricts me. Searching for a way out, I'm gasping. Easing me, you release my apathetic grip. Locked in trench bowls choking, I'm collapsing. Piercing me, my tenacious heart did chip. Bloody palms, I became unveiled through him. Perception through the looking glass grew clear. What was no longer. I'm at the brim. Slipping, he caught me before 12 was near. The speck in your eye was all that I saw. Meanwhile, there was a plank in my own.
I never really had you. You were a brief fragment of my life, present for a time, and gone just as quickly. There were no words or reasons, no hints or clues. There simply came a day when you no longer spoke to me, nor I to you, and not a thing I could do. You took years from me, precious time, full of a sadness so profound that I can still feel its ache. A sadness, a loneliness, a lying on your back staring at the blank ceiling sort of emptiness where thoughts wane. But there were also days where the heaviness of you weighed on my mind, forcing me to sink deeper and deeper. This foolish and unrequited love, this vain obsession over you, felt like freezing to death, but also burning alive. I learned that with you, there was no gray, no in-between. I poured the contents of my soul out for you to hear, hoping to finally grasp you, but it was like holding water in my hands. And then I met him, and I realized what real affection could be, how it could make you feel weightless, while all you ever did was anchor me. When I fell in love with you, I gave myself away piece by piece, receiving nothing in return, until I was an empty vase. But with him, I had flowers, and I had star-filled eyes. I had ears that indulged in my words, and clung to the breath that left my lips. I had intentions set out just for me. Intentions that sought my company, intentions that wished to embrace me, intentions that solely wanted to feel my presence. I learned that sunshine could dwell in a person's smile, and within my chest too, and could warm every inch of me. But him and I did not connect, yet I felt no sorrow. My heart did not break, and that sunshine did not depart from me. You corrupted the meaning of love, warping it into one-way glass, where you could watch me struggle, while all I could see was my own reflection. But he showed me otherwise. He showed me that affection was both persons getting in the water, and swimming halfway, a mutual contribution. I may have lost you, and I may have let him go, but I have me, and that is truly all I need. Because the only one who was always there for me was me. Thank you.
Easy by to sleep. Your elegance, small breaths you take. It's an enigma to me. How beauty is so unfairly distributed in this world. Others look in disgust, in secret, for you seem to have taken it all for yourself. I'm dubious now, by your side. Is it mere serendipity that you bless my life with your presence? Or is it the melancholy of my heart draws you close? In this beautiful, grimy world, there are so many things to be grateful for, but you are whom I'm most blessed.
Butterflies fly into the flowers as I awaken from my bed in sorrow. I rose as the birds rose from the sunrise. I get a good dream, but then I stop and think. What happened to the past and why that little girl couldn't last? You pushed her down, she locked herself away, and now the key is lost, the past is lost, everything is lost. In the past I couldn't last. Then as it came, I tried to last. But the future's coming, and I'm too scared to last. When you get a drink, do you ever stop and think of
I want to be proper. I want to be profound. I want there to be a calling, a sign, or even a sound. Something to show me that my words are found, and not drowning in the ocean. Just like the Lorax, I speak for the trees. But more often than not, I'm speaking against enemies. And all the time in this world, I'm getting others to see that sometimes I can't see what they see in me. So gather around, ladies and gentlemen, see here live, the greatest embarrassment, now in prime time. And are we broadcasting? Okay, good. This is Michelle. Trenton, late 2000s again. He pulls out his favorite watch from Ben 10. He is trapped in mind, body, spirit, and soul. All of his life he's been trying to achieve his goals, but with a roar like a cannon, vision nearly impossible. Somehow he manages to become nearly unstoppable. At legally 6'2", 7 years later, he has finally managed to block out all the haters, but he's still trying to face this superbly fake society where all people care about is money and notoriety. It's a flowing river straight out into the sea. All of his thoughts get swept up in the current of me. Like, am I really good? Is this who I should be? No wonder why his thoughts are always filled with dread and apathy. But that's not even the worst part. The worst part is when your friends and family always leave you in the dark. Saying, you're not too good for this, or you wouldn't understand that. No wonder why it always feels like I'm on the attack. Just let me care. I'm sorry that I do. But maybe it's because in the past, everybody else said I do. I'm glad to say that I changed now, and I made it for the better. I hope someone will be able to find this letter.
People tell you to never forget your first true love, and I haven't forgotten mine, because I will always be in awe of the two who have been there from the beginning of time. The first is a woman. I look like her, the same eyes, the same cheeks. Her ever-giving kindness is mine. When I played dress up as a kid, I dressed up like her, because all I wanted to be was my mom. I'm not a kid anymore, but I still want to be her. The second is a man. I have his brows, his thick hands. His love for literature is mine, and as a kid, I wish I could read as quickly as him, because all I wanted to be was my father. I'm not a kid anymore, but I still want to be him. I laid eyes on him on cold February. I saw two strangers, but they saw the galaxies in my eyes. There were dreams woven into my tiny fingerprints. Rivers of opportunity flowed in my veins. My small feet would carry the path they were unable to walk, and in such a small person was someone who could validate every single dream that they've ever had. I didn't understand it then, and to an extent, I will never understand it now. But I was a product of those dreams. My parents are immigrants, and they gave up every single solitary thing just to come here. Here, America, the home of the brave and the land of the free, the country of unknown and the land of uncertainty. They did this for two reasons. The first reason stands before you. The second reason is a young boy whom I call my brother. And I thank them immensely for what they have done. They had tough soil and no building material, and they were told, go build an empire. And so they did it. It was tedious, and it was hard work, and it was so often unrewarding, but they did it, because here I am, standing within this golden empire. I live in a castle made up of those hopes and dreams. The rooms are furnished with happiness and trust. And the candle that smells like hope is always burning. The king and queen love me so, and it was out of that love that this empire was born. People tell you to never forget your first true love, and I haven't forgotten mine, because I will always be in awe of the two who have been there from the beginning of time, because they are the reason I have written this rhyme.
I'll be good enough one day. You might not agree with me. Maybe I'm going the wrong way. But don't you worry. I'll be good enough one day. I wish to be beautiful. I wish to be loved. I wish to be brave. I wish to finally rise above. Mascara, lipstick, eyeshadow, foundation, brush, ballet, eyeliner, lip gloss, brush, contour all my feelings away. No foundation can cover my bruises, no matter how many chances I take. It's always me who loses. I'm never their type, skin the wrong tone, never invited to parties, maybe I meant to be alone. Eyes the wrong color, body the wrong size, personality isn't a feature, because it's all about their eyes. Grab into my arms, don't let me drown. Let her go. Never mind, it's too late now. The right type of girl, at the wrong time, for the wrong reason, into the wrong guy. Setting the wrong goals, following the wrong dreams, head too far in the clouds, too far to be reached. All they do is preach. It's not a possibility. They say it won't happen. They doubt on my abilities. They want me to wake up. Life isn't a dance. It's not a 9-to-5 job. There's such a small chance. I have to take control. I need to organize my life. My opinions don't matter unless I own a house and I'm a wife. I can't do anything right without some sort of slaughter. I promise I love you, but I'm not the perfect daughter. I have my own passion. I have my own thoughts. I can make my own decision, regardless of what you brought. I get nervous. I get afraid. But don't let that fool you. I will be brave. I turn a shy girl into a confident lady, and I don't need your approval, so don't hold your breath, baby. No more insecurities, no more uncertainties. I know who I am, and I'm so proud of me. I won't let one person receive all my attention. I start with loving myself. I learned that lesson. I will be successful. I already am. You should have believed me before a poetry slam. I hear your concerns. I hear your cries. But don't you worry. This time is mine. I nurture my passion, and I can see my dreams. They're all coming true, regardless if you're on my team. I can face life with my own being. I can do it all alone, which means I am the team. I can face life with my own being, and I can do it all alone, which means I am the team. I am beautiful. I am loved. I am brave. I'm rising above. You might not agree with me. I'm going the right way, but don't you worry. I was good enough every day.
'Tis the season for the young souls robbing and killing for no reason, because they can't pay for no present. Don't care about the future because they living in the present. Dad was never there to lead them in the right direction. Keep the gun on their hip for protection. They frown upon as antagonists. Yo, like Trey, why you saying this? Because I feel for the child that story was never told. the son that was left in the cold, the daughter that body was sold. They don't know Pablo Picasso, but they praise Pablo Escobar. They don't know the sun, but they fell in love with the stars. In my eyes, the education department should be charged with premeditated murder, for killing the hopes and dreams of kids we never heard of. Every day's a slippery slope, selling dope, cause we broke, won't you smile, gives me hope. Oh, I'm so greedy, nobody should wanna be me. The only thing on my wish list is a bag that's thick as, I need a girl that's body's profanity prolific. Life is a game and I'm in an exhibition. So when you sit and watch those Christmas games on television, remember, 'tis the season. 'Tis the season for the man downstairs with 3 holes. 'Tis the season for the corner boy trying to get new clothes. 'Tis the season for the children whose pros and cons is to go pro or be a con. 'Tis the season for not knowing right and wrong. 'Tis the season, cause this season always feels so long.